Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to be here speaking with you. My name is Sarah ASHMAN'dan and I am the International Market Manager for Turkey at the University of Bristol. And today I'm going to give you a quick presentation all about the city of Bristol and the University of Bristol, so you can learn a little bit more about us and start your decisions about applying to study with us. So the city of Bristol then, it's not one that everyone's heard of. So for those of you that don't know about us or haven't visited us before, we are based in the southwest of England, marked with the dot on the map there. And we're about an hour and a half outside of London. We are the 8th biggest city in the UK, but by international standards, that's very, very small. It's going to feel more like a town to you if you're familiar with big Turkish cities. So definitely a city you can really get to know while you're a student here. But we're also really well connected to the rest of the UK. You can see our location is close to lots of other cities you'd likely want to visit. And it's also well connected to Europe because we do have an airport based in Bristol. We also are a really convenient location for exploring and travelling the rest of the UK, but we're also very close to some really beautiful English countryside areas and coastline for you to explore. But Bristol as a city also has a huge amount to offer, and it's one of our students' favourite things about studying at the university is that it's based in a city that's really exciting to live in. So Bristol very much has the energy of a bustling urban metropolis, but with a friendly, relaxed atmosphere that's really going to help you to feel at home. And we're very lucky to have our university campus near the city and near the centre of Bristol, so you can enjoy everything the city has to offer. We do refer to ourselves as a campus university, but it's definitely not a campus in the traditional sense. Our university buildings are scattered around the city centre, but all in one area. But it just means that you get the opportunity to enjoy absolutely everything the city has to offer. Bristol's known for being a creative city. It's known for being packed full of arts and culture. There's always something new going on in Bristol. And we're particularly well known for our love of street art and for allegedly being home to the highly secretive street artist Banksy. Most of our students actually walk past the Banksy piece on their way into campus each day, which is really exciting and telling of the creativity in the city, as well as being something that is quite unique to Bristol. We are also often referred to as the festival city because we are home to so many events over the summer months. The one you can see on the screen now is our annual International Balloon Fiesta. During the festival, over 100 hot air balloons from all over the world come to Bristol and will launch at one time. It does make for some really spectacular views across the city and an experience that is unique to Bristol. Another really exciting event that takes place in Bristol every year is Upfest, and that's the largest street art and graffiti festival in Europe. I've already mentioned our love of art and particularly street art, but this festival transforms the entire city really into an art gallery. So what we'll often do is walking tours of the whole city to enjoy all of the new art, and there's always new pieces popping up around the city, which makes it an exciting place to live because there's always something different to do or to see. We're also very proud to be a multicultural community, and that's something that's really important to us in Bristol. It's a diverse and welcoming city, and we're home to people from over 187 different countries. We have people speaking 91 different languages as well. Bristol's also incredibly welcoming to people of all faiths and to those of no faith as well. And we have 45 religions represented in the city. And because of this diversity, we're really lucky to have lots of really great award-winning actually restaurants that serve delicious foods from all around the world, including vegetarian, vegan and halal options. And I would say that Bristol is a particularly good place to live if you're a foodie, and particularly if you're vegetarian or vegan and you enjoy eating out, because there are lots of really interesting options for you in Bristol. I've mentioned that Bristol is a small city, and it's definitely a city that's quite compact, but it's also very green. We've got over 400 parks within the city boundaries, and walking and cycling are by far the most popular ways to get around the city. So you're definitely not having to battle with public transport on a daily basis in Bristol. And we're a city that is very much committed to protecting the environment. We're a former European green capital. We're the UK's first cycling city, and we do have the ambition of becoming a carbon neutral city by 2030. So very environmentally conscious. We even had Greta Thunberg visit the city just before the pandemic to join the children of Bristol in their climate strike. So if the climate and sustainability is important to you, you'll certainly fit in Bristol. And I'm obviously a little bit biased when it comes to telling you how great of a city Bristol is. So I have included some other sources that agree with me. As you can see, Bristol has been voted the best place to live outside of London, the coolest city as well as the greenest city, like I've just mentioned. But all of this combined makes Bristol a really great city for students and student life. The city is actually home to 2 large universities, which means the city itself really revolves around students and caters to students very, very well. But moving on to the university itself then, we think that the University of Bristol is a really great choice for you, and we're pleased that you've joined us to learn a little bit more today. But to give you an idea of why we think it's such a good choice, I'll run you through some of the rankings and some of the accolades that we are most proud of. We're incredibly proud to be ranked top 10 in the UK by QS, as well as 62nd in the world, which does place us alongside other world-leading universities, such as Ivy League universities in the US, for an example. Our academic strength is also demonstrated by 13 of our graduates going on to become Nobel Prize winners, as well as our research ranking in at joint 5th in the UK. And I'll talk a little bit more about what that research means for our students shortly. And then finally, our graduates are highly employable. We have really strong reputations with employers in the UK, but also Europe and beyond, which of course is incredibly important to students because employability is often one of the main reasons that students will be looking to study overseas. And the University of Bristol enjoys a long history of excellence from our inception in 1876. One of our proudest accolades is that we were the first university in England to admit both women and men on an equal basis. And I think that really speaks to the liberal and progressive nature of both the university and the broader city of Bristol. We are also a member of the prestigious Russell Group of universities, which confirms again that our research that we undertake at the university is cutting edge and it's world leading. But what that means for our students is that the content that you'll be studying will very much be at the cutting edge of your field, because the academics teaching you are currently undergoing world-class research, which they feed right back into the teaching. So all of our courses, all of our programs, and the way we teach them is informed by world-class research that our academics are currently undergoing. So you can be sure that you will be at the cutting edge of your field, whatever discipline it is that you choose to study with us. And our course offering is very broad at the University of Bristol and covers a whole range of different disciplines across our 6 faculties, which are arts, engineering, health science, life science, science, and then last but not least, social science and law. Now, I won't go into a huge amount of detail about all of these today because there are a lot of them. But what I thought would be useful is to highlight just some of the courses that have traditionally been very popular amongst students joining us from Turkey. So for undergraduate or bachelor's courses, our law course is by far the most popular for students applying for Turkey. Our law school is very well established. We've been a leading provider of legal education for more than a century now. But that's also followed by another course that's based within our Faculty of Social Science, and that's International Business Management, which is also a very popular one. But across the board, really, from Turkey and the rest of the world, actually, we see a huge amount of interest in our engineering courses. And undergraduate level computer science is one of the most popular courses in the UK right now. At Bristol, we also see a lot of interest in aerospace engineering, which is an area of particular speciality for us. Then that's followed by psychology, which is in our Faculty of Life Sciences, and that's also home to lots of other biomedical related courses as well. At postgraduate, what you'll see is that there is a lot of interest in some of our very specialist courses that are very much influenced by the research that we undergo at the university. So we see Turkish students enroll every year on our unique course in nuclear science and engineering. There's a lot of interest in robotics, which is a course that we run in collaboration with UWE Bristol. That's another Bristol-based university. Volcanology is another area of interest at the university, and then advanced microelectronics, just to name a few there. We do, of course, have PhD and research opportunities within all of our faculties. Engineering and health sciences are particularly popular here, and every year we're pleased to welcome a growing number of Turkish PhD students. So we do, of course, have many, many more courses than what I've listed here today, but that's just the taste of what's traditionally been popular. But I would suggest taking a look at our website to see all of the courses that we have available. There are over 600 of them. Or, of course, feel free to pop by my booth later today or tomorrow, and I'd be happy to run you through the courses that might be of interest to you. But like I've already mentioned, a huge part of choosing to study overseas is getting the opportunity to really maximise your future employment options. And at Bristol, that's something that we work really hard on. We're very proud to be ranked 9th in the UK for employability, as well as 18th in Europe for employer reputation. And we've achieved this by commitment to employability and supporting you as soon as you join us. And our career service is available to you from day one. And we do recommend that you sign up and that you get involved as soon as you possibly can do, because there are so many different ways that they can support you, whether that be advising on CVs, resumes, job applications, all the way through to interview practice. And if you're not exactly sure where you'd like to head with your career, they can help you explore your career options and further study options as well. Throughout your studies, there will be opportunities to attend events hosted by top employers from both the UK and overseas. So you definitely have lots of opportunity to begin your professional network while you're studying with us. Usually we'd have around 300 employers visit us on campus each year. There is, of course, also the opportunity to look for part-time work alongside your studies, and the careers team are there to support you to find that work, as well as any internships that you might be interested in doing alongside your studies or during the vacation periods. And many of our courses also offer the option to gain industry insight through the programme and through our professional mentoring scheme. And this scheme means students are matched with professionals that are working in the fields that you are interested in, and they're going to be supporting you with your professional development. So they can arrange work experience, provide insight, guidance, mentoring. There's so much they can offer. They sometimes provide site visits or shadowing. So definitely a good scheme to sign up for if you're interested in that. There is also the opportunity to undergo professional placements and work on industry-based projects that will give you exposure to real-world challenges and that give you invaluable experience when you graduate. And this is integrated into many, many of our programs, particularly at bachelor's level. So whatever course you choose to study with us, there will be the opportunity to engage with activity that enhances your graduate employment options. And we do have teams within each faculty that specialise in careers in particular areas. So there will be specialised and bespoke advice and guidance available for you as well. Now, onto the scholarships that we have available. I'm sure many of you will have questions about this. So we do have a very generous scholarship scheme available at the University of Bristol. Think Big is our scholarship scheme, and it is open to all international applicants. This year, we're investing £2 million into the scholarship scheme. And the awards themselves, like I said, very generous. For master's courses, they're awarded as tuition fee reductions of £5,000, £10,000 and £20,000, and then £5,000 and £10,000 discount for undergraduate applicants. So they are not full scholarships, but they can certainly cover a significant portion of your tuition fees, sometimes over 50%, depending on the award and your tuition fee. And that tuition fee reduction is applicable to every year of study. So it will apply to each year you're studying with us, not just the first year. Now, all international students are eligible to apply as long as you've already submitted an application for admissions with us. You can apply for the scholarship directly via our website. The application is super straightforward. It's an online form where we'll ask you 3 short essay questions with 200 words each. What we're looking for the scholarship is to find out, first of all, about your achievements so far. So what are the things that you've achieved that you are most proud of? We're then looking to hear about your contributions to your community. So how can you be a good ambassador for the university, and how have you or are you a good ambassador for your current community? And then finally, we want to hear about your future plans. So what are your ambitions? What are your career goals? And how does studying at the University of Bristol help you to achieve those goals? So we're looking to hear, as part of the scholarship application, more about you as an individual. So we want to hear less about your academics and more about what you do outside of your studies, because it's worth noting that this is not a merit-based scholarship in the sense that we do not look at your academic grades at all as part of the scholarship application. We're very much looking to hear about what you have been doing outside of your studies and within your community. So certainly worth an application. The scheme hasn't launched yet this year, but it'll likely launch in November, with the first round of applications closing usually sometime in March. So do keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But how can you go about submitting an application to study at the University of Bristol? In terms of the grades you'll need to be achieving to get an offer from us, for bachelor's courses, we are looking for between 74 and 85% from your high school diploma. The exact score will depend on the specific course you choose, and we can, of course, accept A-levels, the IB and American qualifications as well. Just pop by my booth if you're looking for the specific requirements for those. For postgraduate courses, we're generally looking for a good bachelor's degree with a minimum GPA of 3.1 or above from an approved institution. Again, if you want to confirm that your bachelor's degree meets our requirements, do drop by my booth. I'd be happy to let you know. For both study levels, we will, of course, require some evidence of your English language ability. There are lots of different ways you can demonstrate that, but the level we're looking for is typically an IELTS of 6.5 or above. Again, that's going to vary depending on the course you're applying to. But if, for example, your undergraduate degree was taught fully and assessed fully through the medium of English, do let us know that as part of your application, because we can often consider that as meeting our requirements. Applications for all of our courses for 2022 entry are now open, and it's the application process that SI UK, the hosts of today's events, can really help out with. We've worked in partnership with SI UK for many, many years, and they are very, very familiar with the application process and the University of Bristol. For anyone interested in undergraduate studies, you will need to apply via UCAS. The deadline there will be January 26th, and we would encourage you as much as possible to apply before that deadline, because some of our most popular courses will close after that date. So do aim for before January 26th. For anyone interested in postgraduate studies, applications can be submitted directly via our website. Again, it's a really simple, straightforward online form. Each of our courses has a different application deadline, so do make sure to check our course pages on our website to find out what the deadline is for your course. In most cases, the deadline will be sometime in July. But having said that, courses can close early, particularly those that are very popular. So anything related to engineering really is likely to close early. Robotics will close early. Data science, they closed as early as January last year. So if you're even remotely thinking about studying at the University of Bristol, do start submitting your application as soon as possible. And it's worth noting that you don't need to have completed your undergraduate degree or your English language qualification before you apply, because we can make offers that are conditional on you achieving the required grade. So I'd encourage you to apply as soon as possible to avoid any disappointment, particularly if you're interested in engineering postgraduate courses. Now, that was all of the information I wanted to cover with you today. I hope you found it useful and that it helped you to start making your decisions about studying with us at the University of Bristol. If you do have any questions now, I'm happy to answer a couple while we still have time. But otherwise, feel free to contact me on the email address that is on the screen now. Or, of course, you're welcome to pop by my booth later on today or tomorrow, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But that's all from me.